Welcome to the 12th episode of the Dialog Project. Today we have with us Sparsh Pahalwan, who is pursuing his M.Sc in Management from UCD Ireland, and he has completed his Bachelor's in Technology in Electronics Engineering from Sardar Patel Institute of Technology, Bombay, Mumbai University. So we'll be discussing with him his application journey for the Master's in Management program. Hi Sparsh, nice to have you here.
Hello. Yeah, thank you for the introduction and inviting me here. And I love what you guys are doing with this YouTube channel. So yeah, it's good to be here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
So let's start with understanding your background. So please tell us your academic and professional background while you applied for your Master's in Management in 2020 in terms of three aspects, namely professional experiences or internships, volunteering activities, and thirdly, any extracurricular or co-curricular activities which you might have done in your undergraduate college.
So throughout my 4 years of engineering, I did 3 internships. My first internships was with a consultancy company called LOR Associates South Asia Private Limited. I was engaged in the project, which was basically supervising a project done by L&T. And my job was basically to help in monitoring daily research and their data. My second internship was the edtech startup called What's Your Chase. Now it has been acquired by BitClass. So we were a team of 6 interns directly working under the CEO and commercial head of the company. And my job was basically in like almost all the domains that startup usually involves, like marketing, content writing, strategy planning, and sales. Then my third internship was more of a tech internship. It was with a company called Publicis Sapient. My job involved developing a project to add interactivity for web pages using JavaScript and SQL. So that was it. For extracurricular, I was part of some of the college committees like IETE and IEEE. These were just like any other student committees. They used to organize technical and non-technical events throughout the year. Then I also served as the Under-Sec-Gen Finance for the 2019 SPIT MUN, which was a great success. I think Akash would agree on it. Then I also chaired in this 2-day MUN conference in Delhi as the vice chairperson. Then, yeah, I presented and published one research paper in my final year called PREM Alternator for Electric and Hybrid Electric Vehicles. It is available on IEEE Explore. For volunteering, our college had these kind of social work practices in which you could sign up, like activities like beach cleaning, or you could sign up to be a student member of FSAI, which is the Fire and Security Association of India. So yes, I was involved in those kind of things as well.
Right. So to be very concise, it was a very well-balanced profile in terms of extracurricular activities as well as co-curricular and research papers involved. Understood.
Yeah.
So now if we move on to the test scores, which test scores are accepted by UCD, and which did you give and what were your scores on them?
So although I gave GRE, for coming to Ireland or UK, you don't need to give any type of exam like GMAT or GRE. It might strengthen your application, but it's not mandatory for you. So you just have to give IELTS and score whatever is required by the university. I would recommend if you have 7+ in IELTS and with no band containing less than 6.5, you are good to go in most of the universities. Although I did give GRE, my score was 319 and I used it in my application, but you don't need to give GRE. It's not mandatory.
Okay. And speaking on similar lines, so did you also enroll into any admissions consultant for your application or any coaching classes for your GRE preparation?
I took the help from a counseling company called TC Global. They had their office in Delhi and Gurgaon. They gave me tips for SOPs, LORs, and helped in making applications. For GRE, it was mostly, I think, just homework and practicing with the book you get with the GRE, which has sample papers and everything. So it was only self-learning.
Okay, understood.
So moving on first. So what were the stages involved in the entire application process at UCD?
So if you're also applying for masters just after your bachelor's, you would need to submit your transcripts until the final year, or if you have graduated, you need the transcripts of all the years. then have at least 2 references ready, then the SOP. Apart from this, every university has their own set of questions which they ask to get familiar with your background. It could be 2 essay questions. Like I think UCD and Trinity in Ireland they ask around 3 to 4 questions. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't remember it correctly, but I think they ask 3 or 4 essay questions. They have the long essay questions. But in some of the universities, they also ask for a video interview at a later stage. But in Irish universities, they don't ask for the video interview. So it's just the application and then the essays along with your IELTS and references. That's it.
Got it. Okay. So could you please share some of the LOR or the SOP tips for viewers?
For LORs, I would say try to get a reference from someone who knows you personally so that they can also add their own personal opinion about you and make it seem honest. For SOP, I would say focus much more on why you want to do this course rather than what you have done till now. Like you should absolutely provide details on your achievements to show that you're competent enough, but you also might want to articulate your interest in a better manner, or like explain your transition from a technical background, as it was in my case, to a business domain. So yeah, I think that's it.
Okay. Yeah. So could you what was the application journey like the summary of your acceptances or rejects if you applied to other colleges, and why did you in the end up choosing UCD?
So initially I was thinking between MIM and MBA, but for good MBA colleges, you need a certain level of work experience. And in MIM, it's the same. You don't need to have work experience. People come with work experience and it might strengthen your application, but you don't need to have work experience. And I wanted to go for either directly after my bachelor's. So that's why I chose MIM. And while I was doing my research, MIM degrees have much more value in Europe than Western countries like USA or Canada. Then I was looking for English speaking countries. So that's how I narrowed it down to UK and Ireland. And I wouldn't say it's a tough process, but it's a consuming process because you have to apply to many universities. Then like I also applied for LSE, Leeds, Glasgow in UK, and also applied to Trinity, UCD, and DCU in Ireland. So I think I got rejection from LSE, accepted to Leeds and Glasgow. From Trinity, I got a rejection. From UCD, I got acceptance. And then from DCU also, I got an acceptance.
Okay.
So in the end, it was all about ROIs, calculating the ROIs and seeing the postgraduate salaries. So I chose UCD finally.
That makes sense. Got
it. Moving on, Sparsh. What is the education and the work visa policy in Ireland for non-European international students?
So when you come here to study for masters, like you'll get a type of visa which allows you to work for 20 hours part-time per week. So you can work for 20 hours part-time. It can be teaching assistant under some professor, or if you want to work anywhere else, like in a restaurant or something part-time, the minimum wage is, I think, around 10.5 euros per hour. So you can actually manage your basic expenses from the part-time.
Okay.
And after you graduate, then you can apply you get a different type of visa. Like right now you get stamp 2 kind of visa when you come here for masters. Then after graduating, you get stamp 1G, which allows you to work for 40 hours per week and also apply for jobs.
All right. Makes sense. What are the on-campus or off-campus internships or jobs available? It can be teaching assistantships or research assistantships as well. And what are its requirements?
Like if you apply for a part-time job in some restaurant or something, which most people do, it could be a retail store like Tesco and everything, which are pretty big here. Then I think mostly it is available through referral. You can apply to it on their website, but I think a referral system works the best here for part-time jobs. For that, you don't need to have much of a requirement. You just need to apply them or connect with somebody who's already working there. For internships with companies and teaching assistant, if there's a vacancy, you get a notification. Like for the teaching assistant, you get a notification on your website, then you have to apply for it like a normal job. And
Okay.
same with the other companies, you have to. But on the student visa, even with the internships, you can only work 20 hours per week.
Oh.
So then it becomes difficult for companies to hire you because they'll be paying you the same amount of money. But if you won't be able to work more than 20 hours, they might take somebody who's European or who doesn't need these visa requirements.
Okay.
Got it.
Understood. Okay.
So with this, we have come to the end of our discussion, Sparsh. So thank you for being a part of our discussion and sharing your insight with our viewers.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me here, and all the best for your next episodes. I'll be looking forward to them.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sparsh. It was
Thank
nice to have you.
Thank you.
Hey folks, thank you for watching our video.
Please like and share this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Also, guys, please don't forget to mention your views in the comment section below, and see you soon with our next video.